B-Sides on location at Austin City Limits 2021, and we are here with one of the performers, Carol's daughter. Wonderful to see you in the flesh.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
After seeing you via this one video screen during our Zoom call earlier this year. How are you?
I'm doing really well. It's been crazy being on the road. I get sick every time I go on tour, like a tour sickness, so that's fun to deal with.
But isn't that more enjoyable than having to do the Instagram lives and doing performances in your home?
You know, I'm a homebody, so I love just being home with my mom and just like eating and being able to do whatever I want. But being on the road is definitely really fun, and like just being busy also just keeps me on my toes, you know?
So we talked about that earlier this year about being stuck at home, and you were really starting to gain some traction and popularity and those kind of things, and you weren't able to go see fans and whatnot.
Yeah.
How's the reaction been? What is it like to touch people's hands and say hello, take photos with them and all those things?
I think like I did an acoustic tour before like really jumping into like touring and like these festivals and like big shows and stuff, just to get myself like in the world. So that was really fun because it was like super personal and like right up close. So I don't think I'll ever be able to experience something like just like that again. Like I literally got to meet every single person. Like, you know, they gave me gifts. It was so awesome to just like actually, I'm like, oh, there's like real people behind these screens,
right.
Like real people.
Yeah, that must have been such a validation in a way, right?
Right, yeah.
Because you put the song out, you don't know if people like it or not, and you're doing these performances and you see the numbers, but that's all they are.
Exactly. Like if I feel like it takes a little more for some, or like, oh, like that song's cool, but like, are they going to drive 4 hours to see you for a free show? Like that to me is like unfathomable. Like I'm like, wow, like that's such a long drive. Like that means so much to me, you know? So
what's the preparation been like for these bigger shows like here at the festival and the tour that you're on?
I did like a practice for like a week with my band, just like 10 hours every day for like a week, and that was pretty much it. And obviously preparing myself by just singing all the time. Like these songs are so old to me already. Like
right.
I'm like, but you know, it's really funny. Like at the end of my set, like I always play Violent as the last song, and just like seeing everyone's faces light up and they're like, oh, and it's like, yeah.
It's like nostalgia in a way, right?
Yeah, and everyone sings along, and I think it does remind people of like the quarantine time, because it was honestly for me it was like the quarantine anthem. Like, you know, it was like right peak during COVID, so it's just been fun. Like I think it just reminds people that we're out, you know, having a good time instead of like crying over some stupid boy, if that's what you were, you know, listening to Violent for. And
you have had such a good time. I must note that your foot or ankle or some injury that you suffered.
No, I was not having a good time. There was a pothole and I rolled my ankle, which don't know how. I'm not even wearing platforms. So, yeah.
That's what it was? I thought this was like a performance injury.
Oh, no. Like, it just happened before my performance. I was just, like, walking to my tent, and I just fell. I was down.
That's the saddest story in the world.
You're like, I was hoping for something a little more exciting, but it was just a pothole.
I thought you were doing some gymnastics, something theatrical.
Yeah, I did a backflip on stage. Sorry, I forgot that I did that.
Yeah, it's on TikTok.
Yeah.
So what's the plan now? Because now you are reaping the rewards, so to speak, of all your hard work.
My plan now is just to, you know, I kind of have my foot in the door, and now I just really want to like prove to everyone that I'm here to stay and make as much good music as possible for the next 50 years or however long I'm alive for. I couldn't tell you what else I'm going to do, because every goal like I've set for myself has been just like surpassed, and like everything just keeps happening and things just get crazier and crazier. So I couldn't be more happy and grateful, and I just am excited to see what happens in the future.
It's so awesome. You know, I conveyed this to you during our conversation earlier, and I'm saying again that I really wish the best for you, because you have so much in the well. You've gone through so much, and you have so many stories to tell, and I think that resonates with so many different people. I've seen the reaction on social media.
Thank you.
And what you're doing resonates with young people.
Yeah, like,
and that's important.
I do feel like, you know, I mean, just before I even started making music, like I noticed that something was missing. Like I didn't feel like there was a female artist for me like out there, and so I just wanted to be that.
You are.
Thank you.
Yes, and you embody all different sides. You are representative of all different lifestyles and genders and all those things.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you, and thanks so much for doing this.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
Carol's Daughter. We're at ACL 2021.